What I was looking at are what's known as generative models. That is, neural network models that can be used to generate data, often perceptual data, so things like images and speech and text and things like that. And the kind of unifying theme of the talk was to try and explore how these models relate to human creativity and the way people make these sorts of artifacts. I think it's important to distinguish between generating data and, for example, transcribing or recognizing it. So the work I did originally was on handwriting recognition, and actually the kind of the methods that I developed for that turned out to be also very applicable to speech recognition. And so, I mean, in terms of practical applications, actually handwriting recognition was the algorithm I developed was being used by the Canadian Post to help sort handwritten letters. I don't know if it still is, but speech recognition is used much more broadly. So I think we've all become quite familiar with talking to our phones and have it recognize what we say, and that's mostly running on deep networks of various forms at this point.
Can these kind of technologies help disabled people, for example, to understand and to have their speech in the computers?
Certainly. So, I mean, speech recognition has been part of accessibility design for a long time. The idea that you could talk to your computer and interact like that. So, yeah, I think certainly these technologies can help people with disabilities.
Although you are involved in this area, but how can you say, is it interfering with the human intercourse? I mean, everything is in the computer. Is it influencing our relations in the real life?
Yeah, I mean, this is a question that people ask all the time. For example, when it comes to things like social networks or internet connectivity, does having these things make us more connected or less connected? And that's a question that I don't know the answer to. It's something that's kind of happening all around us. You walk out in the street, you see people looking at their phones. Does that make them, less interconnected as people, or are they just, connecting with people in a different way? I think that's an open question.